Listen, I'm doing the preview. I know this is an uphill battle. I know the chances are. I enjoy. What is up, Finn fans? Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic Wednesday. Short week. The Miami Dolphins are playing tomorrow, so your preview is coming out a day before. Normally I get, I put it out Friday. You can watch it Friday, Saturday. You can even watch it Sunday before the game. Really get you juiced up, ready for it. Nope, short week. Preview today. Tomorrow, picks early morning, 7, like it normally is released. And then we got 10 days of content, breaking down, crying. Hopefully someone gets fired. There's a lot of things that hopefully will go on. So we got things we're going to do. But before we jump into all the good stuff, the injuries, the breakdowns, the PFFs, my 5 things that the planets have to align everything perfectly for the Dolphins to somehow beat the Buffalo Bills, I have to shout out today's sleeper. Yeah, I have to shout out today's sleeper, who is official sponsor of the channel. Go check him out. As you can see over chair, we are going to look at sleeper on the app. Now, as you could see player promos, right? And you see Devon Achan's up there with rushing yards. Go out there. Ends in a day. Well, by the time you're watching this, no, I think you got it. It ends in a day. I'm recording this at midnight, so you have today to go out, use that promo. He just needs to rush for over a half of a yard, and you win. Tua has to pass for over half of a yard, and you win. Go check it out. Use the promo code. You can even come down here. You can see all the different with Devon Achan. If he gets 25 receiving yards and James Cook gets 68.5 rushing yards, boom. You get 2.17. But also you can come over here, go to NFL, click on the Miami Dolphins, and you see all the different over-unders, right? You got the special here. Go check it out. You got Devon Achan receiving yards, like I said. I would probably do the over on that one. Tyreek Hill, you get a little bit of a boost from 1.6 to 1.85. 61.5 receiving yards. I would take more on that one. Same thing with Jalen Waddle on the 53. And if I want to go the other way, Josh Allen 227. You get more for the over, but I might go under on the passing. I don't think they throw it that much. I think they take the over, the more on the 68.5 rushing yards. I think they're going to throw it down our throats. I think Keon Coleman will get more than 3 carries. Dawson Knox is definitely going to get more than 12.5 receiving yards. Same thing with Kincaid with 30.5 receiving yards. We can't stop anything. I wish Ollie Gordon got a half a touchdown, but I wouldn't touch that one because we don't like to run Ollie Gordon, even though he really should. And we'll talk about that when we get into all that stuff. But for real, go check him out. Use the app. You saw the nice little previews and the promo that they got going on. So go over, check them out. Use the promo code DDW. You get 100% matched up to $100. You put $50 in, they're going to give you $50. 25. Really fun fantasy app. Go check it out. Let's jump into this now. We're going to start with injuries. And we're going to start with the Buffalo Bills injuries. Obviously, not that crazy. But you see Matt Milano and Ed Oliver 2 days in a row. Monday and Tuesday did not practice. Now, Monday was more of a walkthrough. Tuesday, they didn't practice. So the Dolphins might be facing a Buffalo Bills defense without Matt Milano, without Ed Oliver. Will that matter? It might. Honestly, it really might. But that is big. And then you have limited for Taron Johnson, who I'm hearing will play, Cam Lewis, Shaq Thompson, who probably will play. And then you got a full for Jared Hancock. I know Josh Allen had that bloody nose. He's fine. Josh Allen's a flipping tank that we have to face. We got rid of Tom Brady. Now we're dealing with Josh Allen. Then you have the Miami Dolphins injury report. And you see it's much longer. Storm Duck and Fatu Melifanu are the 2 that did not practices. I doubt they will play. But some good news with Ethan Bonner, Aaron Brewer. I'll talk about Aaron Brewer in a second. Benito Jones, Chop Robinson. He's dealing with that knee, but he's fine. Again, they chopped that. His knee should have been illegal. But you see, Jalen Wright and Darren Waller, they're limited. So we only have 2 did not practices, and a lot of guys are practicing, which was very good to see. Give you a little bit of an update That this is from Cameron Wolf yesterday. Again, when the official comes out of who's out and everything, I will post it in the community. But this is from yesterday. He said, strong chance Aaron Brewer plays. When the crap did he get hurt? Like, what is going on? Austin Jackson, IR. James Daniels, IR. Now, Aaron Brewer's hurt. Now, he's strong chance he's going to play, in quotes. But what? It's week 3, and we already lost 2 starting offensive linemen, and a third one is banged up. This team is just move the stadium, bring in a shaman again, because fun fact, they brought in a shaman. Come on. Running back Jalen Wright knee was real close last week, McDaniel said. So he's very optimistic about him. So maybe we get to see Jalen Wright on Thursday. Malik Washington is okay. He'll be fine. Darren Waller, unlikely to play. Of course, he's unlikely to play. And good chance Ethan Bonner, with his hammy, comes back. So we get a little good news on the healthy front. But obviously, Darren Waller, just cut the ties with Darren Waller, man. He's taking up a roster spot when we have tight ends on practice squad you could possibly bring up. Pain in my butt. Absolute pain in my butt. So we are going to now look at the breakdown. We'll start with the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Buffalo Bills offense. And as you can see, and again, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can go over, check it out on YouTube, go subscribe, but I'll still read it to you. It don't look good. It doesn't look good. Now, the takeaways is wrong again. I don't know what is wrong with my brain when it comes to the takeaways, because the Miami Dolphins have takeaways that they have given up. Oh, it's defense. Sorry. Our defense versus their offense. Never mind. It's correct. Sorry. It's correct. So our defense is 26th in total yards. Theirs is first. Ours is 24th in passing defense. Theirs, the Buffalo Bills, is second. We are 25th in rushing defense. They are second in rushing offense. We are 31st in the NFL, second to last in scoring defense. They are second in scoring offense. When it comes to sacks, we are 17th. We've got 4 sacks. They are first in the NFL, only giving up 4 sacks because, again, they have Josh Allen as the quarterback. Third down completion percentage, we are 31st in the NFL, allowing 51.9% of third downs being converted. They are 16th with 41.4%. We are 27th in the NFL. We have not gotten a turnover yet, and they are first in the NFL. They have not given up a turnover yet. And the biggest thing that I want you guys to notice is the third downs. A lot of people are like, the reason the defense sucks is because they're on the field too much, and they want to blame the offense for that. Last week against the Patriots, the offense actually had some scoring drives. They actually moved the ball, and the defense got to rest. The reason that the defense sucks is because they can't get off the field on third downs. How many third and longs did they allow to be converted? And you know how I know that? Look at the flippin' stat of third down conversion rate. They are second to last in the NFL, allowing more than half of the time the third downs to be converted. It is not good. Hello, here I am again. Not good. Now let's look at the Dolphins offense versus their defense. A little bit better, right? We're not getting too blown out of the water, but we are. We are 24th in the NFL in total yards. They are 8th in the NFL in total yard defense. We are 15th in passing, which definitely went up from week 1 where we sucked. They are first. Yeah. We are 29th in rushing. Not great. They are 31st in allowing rushes. So they are not a good run-stopping team. Take advantage of that. Scoring, we are 25th. We can't score. For them, they are 22nd. They allowed 50 points. So, again, a little bit there. We are 30th in the NFL in sacks. We have given up 88 sacks, 80. See, it feels like it. So the offensive line sucks. They are 11th in the NFL with 6 sacks. Our third down conversion rate, we are 11th in the NFL with converting 45%. They are first, only allowing 27.3. And when it comes to takeaways, we were 26. We have 4 turnovers. They are 11th, getting 2 turnovers. But here is the point that I wanted to reiterate. If you looked at our defense, we were 31st, allowing 51.4 or whatever it was, whereas our offense is 11th. We are converting third downs. So for everyone who's like, the reason the defense sucks is because they're on the field so much, that is their own fault because they suck. Like, what do you want to happen differently? Get off the field. Like, get off the field. It's your own frippin' problem. Jeez Louise. Anyway, PFF. We're looking at our offense versus their defense in PFF, and don't look good. Now, Matt Milano's probably not going to play, so you can probably scratch him off here. Their secondary's not bad. Tre'Davious White's in there, Lewis is in there, Benford's in there. Obviously, they have Bosa and Russo, but seems like they won't have their DT. And you look at our offensive line, Borum is hot trash. Keon Smith is garbage. Brewer is banged up with a hip. Fortunately, Jonah is struggling bust city, and he said he needs to get out of his head when he comes to the line. Paul's had a bad game, but he had a good game against the Colts. Receivers, I'm not going to look at these grades because the receivers aren't doing bad. It's like, and again, Kurt Warner, fun fact, Kurt Warner came out with a film breakdown looking at this game, and he said that one pass I was talking about where Tua, like, Tyreek was wide open and Tua just missed him. Apparently he said Tyreek ran the wrong route. So we're going to, after this game tomorrow, because we have 10 days, we're going to react to Kurt Warner's film breakdown of that and see what is he talking about there. Here's the big thing that the Dolphins really need to focus on. Again, not a great rush defense. Incorporate Devon Achane. Got to run the ball. But again, it's just not good, man. If you watch the film breakdown I showed you in the fourth quarter, these guys, especially on the left side, was getting beat on the runs, and then Borum was just getting constantly beat, allowing instant sacks. And it's not, the offensive line is worse than I've seen in a long time. And that's saying something because it is bad. And then we flip it over to look at our defense, and as long as they have this man at quarterback, it doesn't matter. He could have 5 garbage cans in front of him, and he's still going to make magic work. Again, same with his receivers. Obviously, they have Kincaid and Cook, who I'm more worried about, but our defensive front is getting no pressure. Rasul Douglas facing his own old team. Mika Fitzpatrick, you need to do something in this game. Malifanu's not playing, so it's going to be Ashton Davis or Campbell. But what needs to happen, and I'm going to talk about it in 2 seconds with the 5 things, is they need to contain Josh Allen. You can't let him running around like crazy. The fact that he is 5th among quarterbacks on PFF's grade is, again, the reason why PFF is so subjective, because this is the best quarterback in the NFL, Josh Allen. I don't care what anyone says. He's the best quarterback in the NFL, but we get no pressure with these 4 guys. None whatsoever. And if you were to say to me, Chubb, Phillips, Robinson, Chubb, and Sealer have only 4 sacks on the season, I'd be like, are you kidding me? No pressure. And it's only going to get worse because Dawkins is a good tackle. Brown's a good tackle. Maybe the interior is not as great, but you got good guys on the edge. And that's where it matters, especially when you want to contain Josh Allen. So it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. But let's get into the 5 things the Miami Dolphins have to do to beat the Buffalo Bills. The 5 things that have to have the stars aligning in the sky and allow this to happen. Number 1, obviously I was just talking about it. The Miami Dolphins have to contain Josh Allen. You cannot allow the man to get out of the pocket. You need to have your DNs, and you're going to see this, and they're not going to probably get a lot of pressure from the outside because their job mostly isn't to rush after Josh Allen. It's to contain him. So once they engage with the tackles, they're more trying to just bring him in and allow the pressure to go up the middle because you don't want him running outside the pocket and then playing backyard football where he is really good. So you need to contain him. You don't want him running. You don't want the plays to break down because he's going to torch you. So you absolutely 1000% need to contain Josh Allen. You're not going to do it all game, but in pivotal situations, if you can do it, you have a chance. Will they? That's the better question. Number 2, got to stop that run. James Cooks is James Cooks. I don't know why I keep getting S's to the ends of people's names. James Cook is a very good running back. He obviously got paid because he is a very good running back. The Miami Dolphins rush defense is doo-doo caca poo-poo shire. Not good at all. Stevenson went off. Like they're just Jonathan Taylor went off. They're just not good. And we got false hoped in preseason when we were like, hey, this could be something where, we're rush defense, not good. So again, if you want Josh Allen to not, sit back and do whatever he wants, and you don't want the play action to kill us, you got to stop the run. That, again, I don't do these in most important to least important, but this is probably the most important. You stop the run. And then you get after Josh Allen, which, again, is a very tall task that, please tell me the last person that got after Josh Allen. It's just something that rarely ever happens. Number 3, better offensive line play. Jeez Louise. I showed you we're 30th ranked in giving up sacks. I don't even know where we're at pressure-wise. I'll look that, the offensive line is just so bad that you just don't know what to do at some points. And when we did the film breakdown, I showed you how they were just allowing pressure instantly. They are, when it comes to pressure rate, they're kind of in the middle of bad. They're like the middle to bottom tier of bad, right? So if we go by Jacksonville is the least, fun fact, in giving up pressure at 2.6. Buffalo's at 8.3. They are 5th. The Miami Dolphins are, 32, 30, 31, 32. What am I doing? 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20th. The offensive line is 20th in the NFL, giving up 17.8% pressure. Sacks, like I already told you guys, it's not good at all. Giving up 8 sacks. 30th in the NFL. It's just bad. Pocket time, again, 2.3. It's just bad. Just real bad. And, the rushing and you saw, again, go watch the film breakdown I put out yesterday. I showed you the blocking for the running and stuff. If we can't run the ball, it's going to be a long day, because then we've become one-dimensional and they're just going to pin their ears and come after us. We need better play from the offensive line. We need to be able to run the ball against a team that has shown, obviously you were going up against Derrick Henry, but shown that they have a hard time stopping the run. Will we incorporate, Ollie Gordon, who actually runs really hard? Probably not. I'm not holding my breath on that one, but we need better offensive line play. Number 4, no mistakes. If you get the opportunity, and if somehow you are playing a great game, spoiler, you can't have mistakes. Fun fact, right? We lost back-to-back games. I think it was the Colts, and then it was the Cardinals, right? Back-to-back games lost last year. We go to Buffalo to a second game back. We're in it. Somehow we're in the game. Tie the game. Tua marches down the field, scored a little too quick, but we tie the game. How do they win the game? By a mistake, by a Poyer hit that put him in field goal range. It wasn't even field goal range. It was a 61-yard field goal. But these are the games now where you can't allow things to go the wrong way, right? Look at the Baltimore Ravens game in 2023. March down they score on us, obviously, because our defense was poop. We marched down the field. Tua hits Tyreek Hill wide open, right in the hands. He drops it. Can't have that, because we needed that score. Can't have interceptions. You can't leave meat on the bones with the passes. You can't allow the pressure. You can't allow the false starts to put you in long downs and distances, Mike McDaniel. You got to get the play calling quick. You got to know, it's just, there's so much things that you are such an inferior team to where the Buffalo Bills are, that you have no line for mistakes. Normally, if you're even keeled and something goes the wrong way, or, you have a penalty that pushes, you can make up for it because your opponent is bad in a certain area and you're good. So it kind of evens out. When you're this bad and they're that good, you have no line of error. You can't have any mistakes. None whatsoever. Last thing, play the best game of your life. From the offensive line to the defensive line to the linebackers to the corners to the safeties to the wide receivers to Tua Tagovailoa to the running backs to the coaches calling the plays, Weaver to McDaniel to the challenge guy to the ball boy who inflates the play and do the best that you can. That is the only way the Miami Dolphins have a chance in this game, is if everyone, special teams, looking at you, Cameron Good, who gave up that kick return, go watch the film breakdown yesterday, have to play the best. Tua needs to turn into Marino. Our pass rushers need to turn into Jason Taylor and Edwala Gounlier back in the day. Our interior defensive line turn into Tim Bowens. Again, I'm telling you my age because I am not throwing old names at you. Linebackers turn into Zach Thomas and Junior Seau. These two corners in Rasul Douglas and Jones turn into Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison. Our safeties, obviously Micah Fitzpatrick, go to the Micah Fitzpatrick 3 years ago. Throw me a Bobby Knight back there. Because obviously I'm not going to talk about a good safety because there's not. But see what I'm saying? Like, we need the best. The offensive line. Give me Richmond Webb. Patrick Ball. Turn into Richmond Webb. You know what I'm saying? Give me, just everyone needs to play and coach and do their best they've ever done in their entire life. You're on a short week. You have to travel. They don't have to travel. Normally, the home team, I think it's like an 80% chance win rate for the home team because they don't have to travel and deal with this stuff. So not only do you you can't make mistakes, but you need to play like the best ever of your entire life ever in week 3 because you dropped the ball in week 1 and 2. You win 1 and 2. Hey, going into this game, I knew we were going to lose, and let's worry about the Jets. You're going to go 0-3. Now, David Fiorenez came out and Frank Smith said something very interesting. So I'm going to tell you what he said, and I'm going to tell you what Chris Kaufman said. And this is the problem, right? I'm going to spiel a little bit, and I'm going to tell you about my prediction. So this is the prediction section. Dolphins offensive coordinator Frank Smith said the staff did find some instances where they could have gotten back to the run later in the last game against the Patriots as the team kind of got away from it. Yeah, you abandoned the run, especially with certain players. Then Chris Kaufman said, Mike McDaniel, play caller, the play call came in on time, but there were other issues we as a staff have fixed. Frank Smith, not the play caller, we as a staff found that the play caller stopped calling runs even though we could have called more. This is fine. So again, Mike McDaniel comes out and says the play call came in on time, but there were other issues we as a staff have to fix. Then Frank Smith comes out, the staff, and says we as a staff found that the play caller stopped calling runs even though we could have called more. There is something going on. Patreon video. I'm going to have one out. Not tonight, probably after the game. Patreon video to all the new patrons. Hope you're excited. This game is just, to me, before the season even started, when I thought the team was better than it was, when I was looking at the Colts game and the Patriots game as potential wins, I never thought the Dolphins had a chance to win this one. And then after watching them play the first 2 games, I really don't think they have a chance to win this one. Until they beat them, I will never pick them to beat the Bills, so I have the Bills winning 30-10. I think the Dolphins at some point are going to score points when the Bills are like, we're winning 27-0 and it's the middle of the third quarter. We don't really have to try much. I think the Dolphins are going to score some points, so I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's like 30-10, maybe 38-10. I don't think Josh Allen plays for half of the fourth quarter. Like, I think I think we're going to get beat bad. I'm obviously going to be live, and we're going to watch it. And then obviously next week we have a 10-day little break, and then we're playing the New York Jets home in the rivalry jerseys. But this game, I just see no way they can win this game. Like, now, obviously, there is, like, I remember when we were 2-14 or like 2-13, and it was Monday Night Football, and we were playing the Patriots, who were 12-2 or whatever, and we won with AJ Feely as our quarterback. I remember that game, and it was crazy. So to say it won't happen or it can happen, not necessarily. You know, and Buffalo tends to fall to bad teams every once in a while. Again, they lost to the Jaguars in London that one year. I think they lost to the Houston Texans before they got CJ Stroud. Like, they lose to bad teams every once in a blue that they shouldn't. But again, if you're a betting man, I'm taking the Bills. And I think right now when I look, they're giving 12.5. I'm still taking Buffalo with that spread. But hey, man, if they win, they win in Buffalo somehow, some way, that would be the biggest confidence boost to that team, because then you play the Jets and you play the Panthers, and then you can possibly win those two and become 3-2, hosting the Chargers, who are a very good team. Like, they're a very good team right now. So again, you have teams on this schedule that initially probably looked really good, aren't. You know, like the Steelers don't look great recently. Bengals are going to have their backup quarterback. Washington's quarterback's banged up. You know, if the Dolphins were with the team we thought they were going into the season, those games turned into wins. And all of a sudden, you know, you're thinking, hey, they could be an 8-9 win team. And you're like, hey, 11 wins. These teams lost their quarterbacks and they're not great. Dolphins aren't great. So, but again, this one, I'm going with the Bills. Again, until the Dolphins can show me they can beat the Bills, I won't pick the Dolphins. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you tomorrow morning for my picks. And then I will see you tomorrow night for the Buffalo Bills game at 8:15 here on the channel. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.